Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another Apex Legends video. My name is Sweat if you guys are new. And in today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you why exactly I believe Seer is going to be very underpowered in Season 10 of Apex Legends based on the abilities. We don't obviously have any gameplay from Seer yet until July 26th. The gameplay trailer is supposed to drop, so I'm sure we'll get a lot of new information. But as of right now, I really believe that Seer is not going to be picked a lot by the middle of Season 10, and I believe at the beginning of Season 10, Seer's pick rate is going to skyrocket. A lot of new players like playing new legends, a lot of experienced players like playing new legends, maybe to kill grind or do stuff like that, but the general population, the general player base for Seer will drop by the middle of Season 10, and it's pretty inevitable. So first off, let's go over Seer's abilities. The passive ability is going to be when ADS'd, Seer has a heartbeat sensor that points toward enemy locations. The tactical ability is going to be sending out drones from Seer's chest with the ability to reveal and track enemies. And the ultimate ability is going to be sending out hundreds of micro drones to create a sphere inside of which all the enemies are tracked, obviously just while they're walking through it. Now, I feel like the tactical and ultimate ability and the passive ability, all of these abilities are only really going to be that necessary when someone is hiding in a building or they're on different floors in a building or such like that. And if you guys have played Apex Legends at all, which you probably have if you're watching this video, you'll know that most players in Apex don't really camp in buildings. So I feel like that's why these abilities are kind of going to be useless. When do you go into a building and you're just walking around and you see a guy sitting in a corner? It's very rare. I know it does happen from time to time, and this will probably eliminate that from ever happening at all, and that's what Respawn wants, is nobody to be camping in buildings. This might be very effective in ranked. Okay, I feel like that's where Seer might be effective, but I feel like he still won't be played because of his mobility, and that's where I feel like the problem lies. Seer is a character, obviously, with no ability to move, no movement ability, and you'll notice if we take a look at this chart right here based on pick rates of legends, on the bottom here we have Rampart, which has no escape ability, we have Fuse, which has no escape ability, Crypto, Watson, all with no escape ability, and those guys are all stuck on 1.5 pick rate for a reason. Now, most of the Apex Legends player base likes movement. It's no surprise, and you can see by the pick rate numbers on the screen right now that on the top of this list, almost every legend except Lifeline, because Lifeline is very powerful right now with the res in arenas, in public matches, in ranked. Lifeline is a pain in the butt to deal with, so that's why I feel like Lifeline is on top. But every legend here, Wraith, Octane, Bloodhound has the ultimate ability movement, Pathfinder, Bangalore, Gibraltar has the dome to protect and is very powerful. It gets solid reses off, so I feel like that's why Gibraltar's kind of a high pick rate. Valkyrie has movement. Revenant, you can silence and you can climb and you can use the totem. That's why Revenant's abilities are very high up there. Loba has escapability. Mirage has escapability. Horizon has escapability. Although it might not be the best or like it once was, she still has a 2.6 pick rate, which is definitely higher than all these other legends. And then Caustic at least has an ability to trap out an area and survive if enemies are pushing you. Unlike most of these other legends, like Watson, her abilities aren't great anymore. Crypto has no mobility whatsoever using the drone, and then Fuse, no mobility whatsoever. Rampart, you gotta physically, this is a lot of work for Apex Legends players, the normal player base, placing down the fences or the whatever it's called, amped walls, placing down the amped walls and actually shooting through them. That's a lot of work for Apex players in blocking off areas, so that's why Rampart is on the bottom with a 1.3 pick rate. But for the most part, Apex players love their movement, and that's what the base of Apex is. That's what separates Apex from other games, is the insane movement ability. The ceiling for movement is through the roof. Okay, that kind of didn't make any sense, but I mean, you know what I mean. The ceiling is super high for plays that involve movement, and that's what really separates good Apex Legends players from decent Apex Legends players and bad Apex Legends players, is the movement. If you master the movement, then you're gonna have a good time in Apex Legends. But back to the situation with Seer, okay? I feel like there are legends that do Seer's abilities better than Seer, and that's going to be an issue because if you remember back to when Gibraltar rezzed better than Lifeline and did a lot of things better than Lifeline, it actually still does. Lifeline's pick rate actually dropped dramatically during that period of Apex Legends. So what I want to go over here is Bloodhound, and I want to go over Crypto. So let's start out with Crypto because obviously Crypto is picked a lot less than Bloodhound, and I think there's a distinct reason for this. Like I was just explaining when we were going over the chart, Crypto requires a lot more skill to use in my opinion. Bloodhound's a very user-friendly character. You can go around, you can scan one direction, and you know instantly that you're going to get information on that direction. Now with Crypto's drone, you got to manually fly it around to certain areas, and while you're flying around the drone, you can't be controlling Crypto as a character. You can't be moving around while scanning with the drone unless you place it in a certain area. You can't move it while you yourself are moving, so that's why I feel like Crypto is not picked a lot. Also, Crypto's drone can get shot out of the air, but obviously Bloodhound's abilities don't replicate Crypto's abilities identically because there's no EMP. You can't res instantly with Bloodhound's abilities and stuff like that. But I feel like Crypto just doesn't offer enough mobility, and that's what it really all comes down to. Then we go over to Bloodhound. We have the scans, we have the ultimate ability where you can get out of situations very, very quickly. That's what I feel like separates the two. Beast of the Hunt is very, very powerful. If you know how to use it, you can get a lot of kills with this, and you can gather a lot of intel with this. And especially if enemies are camping in buildings, which one would you rather have? You don't want to get out of your drone. You don't want to get out your drone, okay? Fly it into a building, post it up in a corner, come out of your drone, walk into the building, get in your drone again. You know what I mean? It's just a very repetitive process, whereas when you're playing Bloodhound, you scan one area, you run up, you try to take that squad out instantly, and if you do, then you get some quick loot. But it's going to be a very prolonged fight if you're playing Crypto. So I feel like Seer is going to fall within the range of Bloodhound and Crypto. I feel like he's going to be picked a lot more than Crypto, but a lot less than Bloodhound, okay? I feel like Seer's abilities, like I said earlier, are going to cater to ranked a lot more than in public matches because there's not a lot of people camping in buildings. So those are just my quick thoughts, concerns, comments on the situation. If you disagree, as always, head down in the comment section below and let me know your thoughts and opinions. I'd be glad to hear them and glad to kind of have a conversation with some of you guys. But anyways, I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.